masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Yo guys, how's it going? It's Jaffmaster Flash, it's Baku, it's another setup video. Shall we have a go? So, George Russell starting P6 I think? P7. It is where it is. Those lights felt like an eternity to oh, a bit of a lock up as Perez has gone for a cheeky dive down the inside. But that's okay. That is okay. Everybody seems to be very slow off the start, but obviously, as always, the AI will deploy the afterburners on lap 1 and lap 5. I'm going to try and use as little battery as possible. Try and get the fastest lap, because whilst starting P7, it's not great at all. But this year's Baku circuit is amazing. It really, really is. Just try not to let Hamilton get too far away from me. I mean, massively quicker than me at the moment anyway, so not too bothered. A little bit of a lockout. So this curve we're approaching on the right hand side, this one, do not get your car on there. You will, a bit like the Saudi Arabia curve, it's a bit of a nightmare when you get on it, and it can cause you a heck of a lot of problems. Right, let's catch up to these guys who are starting to spread out a little bit. As Lance Stroll set the fastest lap, he must be leader. Yeah, it's because there's Alonso and people.
Overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Oh, 3 wide into turn 3. It's never going to end well. But managed to get Alonso and past my teammate all in the same corner. If I can, I don't think I'm going to make up 4 seconds to Verstappen, to be fair. But I think I can cement P4. Oh, I don't know. Just taking quite a sizable chunk out of him. Just taking, 6/10. We might be able to. Let's have a look. You need to remember to keep changing down there. I always take that corner in 4th gear, and if you take the corners of this game in higher gears like you would in 22 for an example, it does tend to penalise you. It really does.
Okay, DRS is now available.
Right, I'm going to stay behind Sainz until the back straight. No, I'm not. Yes, I am, because obviously he can't defend. carcass temperature on the front is not too bad. You'll see what happens when you get a little blue ring around it when the front tyre is starting to go off, and you do lose quite a lot of grip. You run wide, whereas the rears, because obviously it's a circuit that's extremely hard on the rear tyres, it's just a nightmare. Science is really holding me up now. This is the part where I ditch him. Moving up.
Brilliant, nice move, keep going.
No fastest lap for me, but that's okay. Solid P4 from P8, I'll take that. I've said to you many times before, these are not about the result. It's about showing you guys what the setup is about. See a bit of clear air, managed to go purple in sector one.
Drivers just moved into first place.
Oh, like that. You can see on how much Carlos Sainz was holding me up, because the amount of time that I've caught back up to Verstappen, Stroll, is unreal. Yeah, they've been battling, but you can see just how much Sainz was really slowing me down. Maybe I can catch him before the end of for the next DRS straight and get some cheeky DRS from him. I ain't catching him this one, but maybe, just maybe. Out of the battery.
Okay, you just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
No, because those three were in a little DRS train of their own. Yeah, I had no chance of catching them. And now, because it's the last lap, they'll have the added bonus of
The Aston Martin
a full
driver just moved
battery.
into first place.
Don't know what's going on by here though. They seem to have messed up Stroll and Alonso's stats, to be fair. As Lance Stroll is having a very torrid time of it at the moment, and in real life. And Alonso's flying, yeah. Alonso is down the back of the field. These are equal cars, by the way, so that could explain it. But Lance Stroll driving like he's prime Verstappen, and that's seriously not the case, is it? Well, in real life that is. So deploy the battery, all of it, see if I can't. I might just be able to sneak Leclerc. He didn't get DRS. P3, let's go. We'll take that. The setup is always at the end.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Hope it works, guys. Remember to do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Catch you in the next one.
Here we are then, it's victory in Azerbaijan. Great work from the whole team here at the track and back at the factory as well. Some pretty handy driving for good measure. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
It's time to present the top drivers with their trophies for today's Grand Prix. And there are a lot of people in the paddock very happy with this result. It's Aston Martin on the top step. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Yuki Tsunoda gets my vote today.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next
You know
one.
the drill by now, guys. This is what I've gone with for the Baku setup. I've gone 13-16 on the wings. Yeah, like I said, I seem to be struggling this game with inverted setups. In 22, couldn't get a turn in. The car was always understeery. Yeah, and I just couldn't get a turn in. But I've tried inverted setups in this game, and I'm not a fan. The rear end feels so loose. It doesn't pivot like it used to, or I say used to. It doesn't pivot like it did in 22. Obviously, that's where they fixed the grip and everything. So I'm reverted more to the traditional lower front wing, higher rear wing kind of setup. But that's not to say that in certain circuits that you won't revert back to an inverted. For an example, Saudi Arabia or Jeddah. So around Baku, I found these wings run best for me. But again, you know, it's a setup for you. So you up and down the wings however you prefer. I could run lower. If I was running a league race, I probably would go lower. Could probably get away running at 10-14. That's where I would try, especially for a league race, and obviously then adjust my driving style to those kind of wings. But for a base setup, for somewhere to start at, for you guys to then get, chop and change, 13-16 is the way to go. Transmission 55-51. It's Baku. You need you need to not be aggressive coming out the corners. Yes, we know that the handling model, the grip levels have changed. However, there are still some parts on the circuit where you can over rev and wheel spin the tires. You heat the rear tires around here, and they just degrade so quickly, so quickly. Baku's notorious for being a rear tire killer. But yeah, it really is. It really is. Suspension geometry, you know the drill by now. Right, left. Like I said, I've seen different variations of all these, but right, left still kind of seems to work. And until it's patched, I'm just going to keep rocking with it. Suspension, now this is where it gets a little bit. I've always said to you guys that I prefer a more stiffer front end of a car. On Baku, it's different. And this is where I've gone with front suspension 24, rear suspension 14. Kind of works right for me. And then onto the anti-roll bars, where it's at. Usually, I'm not a fan of a stiffer rear end. I'm not. But because it's Baku, because really the corners, yes, they're square corners, but they still open up. And this just seems to work quite well for stability and not to be over aggressive, over rotating. So that's what I've gone with. 4.8 on the roll bars, and then right out of 32-34. You can drop it down to its lowest. It will give you a little bit more straight line speed, but 32, because there are some sausage curbs in there, you bounce over, it will help you. The only curb that you need to watch out for is the long sausage curb on the right hand side. But yeah, brakes 100% 60. That's what I've gone with. Again, if you're running ABS on, you need to ignore this bit, because obviously you can run it all the way at 50, but because I'm running ABS off, If you run the brakes bias around about 53, 54, there is a very big chance of locking the rears and over rotating the car. Tyre pressure, 22.8 on the front, 20.5 on the rear. This year's game, you really struggle with carcass temperature, and you need a little bit of high temperature on the front because, as I said, this is a rear wheel based circuit, and it really will kill your tyres. But this has been Baku. Let me know what you guys think of it. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. As always, remember to do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Peace.